Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Today's devotional video will serve as a little bit of a preview for our Bible study tonight, this being Wednesday, if you're watching this on Wednesday. But this evening we'll continue a discussion on worship. And this evening we'll ask and hopefully answer the question, what is worship? And why I think that's important to answer that question, much as we thought about in our last video, the basis of worship. Oftentimes that word worship has a lot of baggage attached to it, right? There's a lot of ideas that come floating into our minds when we hear that word or we think of that word. Perhaps we think of a specific type of worship service. We think of a specific type of music or certain activities that go on, or we think of a certain type of building, or we think of a certain type of preaching. But oftentimes that these ideas, these words that come flooding into our minds, they don't really hit at what exactly worship is. And so primarily in the Bible, there are two ideas behind what worship is. The first is that of bowing down to someone or something who would be, greater than us or more superior to us. And as we'll see tonight in our Bible study, that's mostly what we see in the Old Testament, which is kind of easy to imagine when you think of the Israelites worshiping, at the tabernacle and worshiping later in the temple. They are bowing down to God, prostrating themselves before God, showing physically that He is greater, He is superior, He is worthy of worship. But then what's also interesting is that there's another set of words for worship that we see in Scripture, and they carry this idea of being obedient to someone or something, or giving obedience to someone or something. But it's still included in this idea of worship. And so worship is not just being at a certain place at a certain time. It's also things that we do, right? We serve God. We follow Him as an act of worship. And so today's video is perhaps a little bit of a challenge, but also, an encouragement for us each to look at our lives and ask that question, are we worshiping God? Right? Are we truly recognizing in our lives? Are there specific times in our lives where we're recognizing how important He is, how great and wise and awesome and mighty He is? And within that worship, are there ways that we can point to where we could say, yes, I am serving Him. Yes, I am obedient to Him. Because again, worship is much more than just our own ideas of the music we like or the carpet we like or, the type of building and atmosphere we like, right? It is much more than that. It is bowing before Him. It is coming to God and serving Him and saying, God, here I am. Have your way with me. And so be challenged, but also be encouraged to worship the Lord well this week and every week. Thanks. Have a blessed day.